Welcome back to LazyBird Travel. Today, we're exploring something that quietly defines Washington, D.C. Its architecture. Now, D.C. isn't exactly known for sleek glass skyscrapers or futuristic skylines. Instead, its architectural identity is shaped by power, purpose, and sometimes controversy. Recently, an executive order from the Trump administration called for federal buildings to return to classical styles. Think columns, domes, and marble. It was meant to bring back the grandeur of Greece and Rome, but in a city filled with modernist and brutalist government buildings, that move reignited an old debate. What should federal power look like? So in this video, we'll explore the many faces of Washington's architecture. From monumental to the minimalist, the beloved to the, let's just say, interesting. Let's start with the heart of government. L'Enfant Plaza was built in the mid-20th century as part of Southwest DC's Grand Urban Renewal Plan. Designed by I.M. Pei, it was meant to be a futuristic hub for government and business. Instead, it ended up feeling sterile and disconnected from street life, a perfect example of brutalism's struggle with human scale. Next, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, designed by Marcel Breuer. This concrete honeycomb might be DC's most famous brutalist landmark. It was built to embody strength and function, but its fortress-like facade divides opinion. Some call it sculptural, others oppressive. The Department of Health and Human Services continues that heavy concrete aesthetic, designed to look serious and stable, but often criticized for feeling closed off. And then there's the J. Edgar Hoover FBI building, the poster child of federal brutalism. Its rough concrete exterior fits its secretive function, but it's also one of the least loved buildings in the city, now even scheduled for demolition. Moving from the federal to the commercial, here's where the city opens up a bit. At Washington Harbour in Georgetown, postmodern curves meet the Potomac. Designed by Arthur Cotton Moore in the 1980s, it's playful and lively, but more about waterfront views than urban innovation. A bit farther out, the Tycon Courthouse, or as locals jokingly call it, the toilet bowl. It's been voted one of Virginia's ugliest buildings. Functional? Yes. Inspiring? Not so much. It represents the kind of suburban commercial style that values efficiency over identity. Back downtown, the Wharf shows a different vision for DC. Built for people, not just offices, it mixes glass, wood, and open spaces to create a warm, walkable waterfront. It's a great example of how the city's architecture is rethinking livability. Not too far away, Techworld Plaza at Mount Vernon Square reflects late 20th century commercial modernism, glassy, geometric, and practical. It's not revolutionary, but its open plaza and connection to the Carnegie Library show how public and private spaces can blend. Libraries might not grab headlines, but they reveal a city's civic priorities. Take Gelman Library at George Washington University, a no-nonsense concrete block that does its job but offers little inspiration. It's efficient but visually flat. Next, we are heading to the beautiful Georgetown. At Georgetown, Lauinger Library is another Brutalist relic. Built in the 70s, its angular concrete facade sits a little bit awkwardly beside the Gothic towers of Healy Hall. Inside, it works. Outside, it divides opinion. Then there's the Southwest Library, a newer generation of design. With its glass walls, timber beams, and sustainable materials, it feels warm, open, and community-centered. Everything its concrete predecessors were not. And the MLK Jr. Memorial Library takes this even further. Originally designed by Mies van der Rohe in 1972, it was recently restored and expanded. The renovation kept the original clean lines, but added color, light, and public spaces. A true example of how thoughtful updates can give modernism new life. Art spaces often takes the biggest architectural risk, and DC is no exception. The Hirshhorn Museum by Gordon Bunshaft is a concrete cylinder that looks like a spaceship landed on the mall. It's bold and unmistakable, but also alienating, more sculpture than public space. In contrast, the Kennedy Center and its 2019 expansion, The Reach, show how design can evolve. The main building is grand but dated, a marble box from the 60s. The Reach, designed by Stephen Hall, softens that with flowing curves, green roofs, and open pavilions. Together, they bridge old formalism and modern openness. And of course, we can't skip the Watergate Complex, one of DC's most recognizable and, well, infamous addresses. Designed by Italian architect Luigi Moretti in the 1960s, its sweeping curves and terraced balconies overlook the Potomac, embodying the optimism of mid-century modernism. Watergate represents an attempt to blend luxury living, offices, and culture into a self-contained urban community. A bold idea for its time, and one that still feels distinctive today. The National Portrait Gallery, housed in the historic Patent Office, is a triumph of adaptive reuse. Its classical facade hides a stunning modern courtyard by Norman Foster, one of the most elegant blend of history and innovation in the city. And finally, the National Gallery of Art, where old and new stand face to face. The West Building's neoclassical marble contrasts beautifully with I.M. Pei's East Building, a geometric symphony of triangles and light. Inspired by a trapezoidal site, Pei turned constraints into poetry. His glass pyramid hints at the Louvre, tying DC to a broader architectural legacy of openness and modernity. So that's a quick look at DC's architecture. From concrete power blocks to glassy new waterfronts, every building here says something about its time, whether it's strength, water, or openness. Some designs are loved, others, let's just say, interesting. But together, they tell DC's story. Thanks for watching LazyBird Travel, and if you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.